World of Warship Legends. Hi everyone, it's Killer Bear here, and welcome back, or actually the first time, but more specifically, welcome to Noob Plays. That's right. Today we're playing for the first time, myself particularly, World of Warships Legends. Actually, first time me playing World of Warships. And believe it or not, this is the first time I'm ever playing this game completely, and we're going to be taking over the seas today, specifically with this beautiful ship here. If you might be wondering why this ship, this is the St. Louis, named after St. Louis, Missouri. This ship is a absolute beast, a battleship incarnation of what it's like to walk around as a American, in my opinion. If you don't know specifically what this ship is, it can fire high point explosives and armor piercing shells. It can also in the game do a bunch of boosters. It can repair itself, but that is not what's cool to me. Here's a little tidbit for what it can do. This was the first game really me using this ship, and I'm using the fire rounds basically, almost like a dragon breath. And here I'm able to use 4 guns, but while they're coming around, I'm able to use possibly 6. And being able to use 6 guns, 6 shots of fire breathing, so it's going to do damage over time. You just see them get decimated there. And here we got another person coming at us, and we're going to just immediately start firing at them. The St. Louis is on record the best thing ever. And to think this was a World War II ship that I'm able to play as is even better. I got a couple fun facts. This ship was made in 1939. It was originally thought of during 38. Came out 39. Stayed with the U.S. until 51, I believe, and then was sold and put into the Brazilian Navy. This ship was so good that it didn't leave until the 80s. 1980 was when it was finally ended, because 1980 was when it was sent to Taiwan to get scrapped. This ship, as you can see here, is taking damage, but is also giving it back tenfold till that person is done. So we're going to take this St. Louis here into arcade and just try and do as much damage as we possibly can. Now, you might be wondering, what's the point of this game here? This is basically your dominations. I know a lot of people that watch me might be COD players, so domination here, we already know what it is for COD players. However, if you're not a COD player, this here you get one of 3 flags. You go straight for it and you basically just try to get it. Of course, there's some people that might still not fully understand, so if there's any questions, I try my best to answer them while I'm doing this little voiceover. That's right, this is a voiceover. Here we are full force just going at it. St. Louis is kind of slow. He's not fast, but he's not known for in speed. He's actually known more for in his luckiness. Alright, so the St. Louis, he was also known as the Lucky Lou. Was actually a light cruiser. It was actually known to Lucky Lou because of its incredible luck. Now, for any history nerds, here is a little fun fact for you. This ship survived Pearl Harbor. It was the only one, really. Now, in the game, unfortunately, it is being controlled by the worst player probably to play this game. Here, I'm seeing massive shots that I probably shouldn't be doing. I'm using heat rounds, of course, the fire ones. The high incendiary, I'm pretty sure is what they're called. I am trying to lob these things all the way over to this guy that does not know I'm here yet. And a couple of them are, and I've just now been spotted. If you've seen up there at the top, there's a orange little eye that says when you're spotted. And I have absolutely no idea what I was doing here. And of course, those little things that you're seeing that look almost like dolphins, those aren't dolphins. Those are actually torpedoes. Of course, some of the ships in this game can use torpedoes. They're actually very much the bane of my existence. Unfortunately, I have died a bunch to them. If you've never played this game, highly suggested. As you can see here, I end up getting that kill. Probably shouldn't have, but here, there's two way back there and back, and I'm just going to try my best to use 5 of my cannons just to get these shells out there to them. And I'm just tagging right behind where most of their armor is. And if you were able to hit there in basically the center part where those steam chimneys are, you could do probably a lot more damage. There's going to be armor there, but there's also going to be, I believe, a sentinel there. And here I was able to start using about 6 of my cannons, and I just start absolutely hammering this other St. Louis. The St. Louis has, I believe, 27,000 and I have the same amount that this guy has. And me and him, we are still just shooting at each other. I'm pretty sure my teammate here that's getting between us ends up absorbing most of it, but I'm just still just trying to pester this guy. Absolutely just hitting. And I end up losing where this other one is, and here he is in front of me, another St. Louis, and I'm already damaged. I'm not expecting to live this, and I'm almost on a collision course to hit him. But I still just start firing and firing and firing. And as you can see there at the bottom, my health is getting really, really low. And so I just go right up alongside him, and I'm just going to continue to just go right beside him, just hitting him as much as I possibly can. And we ended up getting that hit in. This tells you just how good this beast is right here. The St. Louis. Look at these shots that I was able to get. That first game was honestly just to show you how amazing this ship is, and just how amazing the firepower you have in this game is as well. Because at the beginning, don't get me wrong, you got a slow start, you got to build up your momentum. It makes you feel like you're a tank when you're a cruiser like this, because you just feel like, I'm going to destroy. Now, there are lighter ships. Those are Speedy Gonzales, basically. You're just constantly going as fast as possible. You get torpedoes, and you actually get a boost to I believe it's called a rudder, and you just get at even faster. And here, in our battle, we're immediately going off and just trying our best to get as fast as possible. And unfortunately, with the St. Louis, or at least whenever I play, it's not that good. Here, each team already has one flag. There's A that hasn't been captured, so I just start aiming myself towards enemies. That's how I've constantly been doing it. It's just my mindset is not in the World of Warships game mode yet. My brain is strictly, let's do damage. Let's go attack. That is my mindset. I'm no longer thinking, hey, this is a new game, let's do it like we're supposed to. No, my mind is, I'm a Call of Duty player. Let's just run in. And, of course, that's why I'm doing this series, Noob Plays. It's basically to help show, hey, here's some of the basics. Here's, how I play it. Here's possibly what a noob would do. And here, I'm just trying to hit this little guy. Of course, I'm way off. So I end up correcting myself, trying to use this little thing to gauge how far, how much damage, what's the angle. And here, me and my teammates are firing alongside him, and some of us are getting lucky enough to hit him because he is taking a couple things of damage. But this is the one I was talking about that is extremely fast. This one, I believe, is called Wickle. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but Wickle is a second tier like the St. Louis is, and it demolishes. Don't get me wrong. Doesn't have a lot of health, but it uses those right there, the torpedoes. Torpedoes basically try flooding you every time, and it does so much damage. I have seen myself lose almost all my health using because of it. However, you're not going to take up a lot of damage, but you can definitely give it out. It's basically a glass cannon, easiest way to describe it. But here, I'm just trying my best to hit this guy, and I'm getting basically the tail end of him. If I was to aim a little bit more ahead, probably could have done a little bit better. Here, just not able to see him because of a smoke screen, so I just send a couple whichever way I can. He's currently turning, end up firing, they go right next to him, just barely missing. And here I'm seeing his teammates are coming in right from the left side. They're going to probably start aiming at me, trying to take some damage towards me. I thought that one was moving, and I completely missed my shots. And here I'm just going to try to turn myself just a little bit in order to make it better so I can use more of my guns. He ends up going right in front of the one that I'm trying to hit, so I do some damage, but my teammate ends up getting that kill. Absolutely deserved it. And here we're just going to start taking more of the attack towards the other two that were in the back. And here I'm using the armor piercing. There's such a thing, I'm pretty sure, as over penetration, to where it just goes all the way through and doesn't do as much damage as it's supposed to. I'm still new to this game, so if you've played this game and you're watching, give me every tip you have. I want to be better and be able to show new people who want to play this game every little tip about this game as well. But here, I was able to get some good hits in with that guy. Here, we're just going to start laying waste to him until we just get decimated by the torpedoes I was talking about. Them torpedoes are absolutely no joke. Once you get hit by one and all 6 of them connect, you are out of the game. You're here spectating. And here, he dodges them. My teammate ends up dodging them, and he ends up taking out the other tiny ship. As you can see, I was absolutely impressed there. And here's kind of the in-game stuff there. But once again, we're just using the St. Louis. Not going to change. We're going to go probably right back into another game mode. Yeah, going right back into arcade. Probably going to go to one of these more island maps, which I just want to say a little thing about the map design. And this part here, the islands, this like artwork and how these maps are made and the absolutely stunning graphics of this game. Even when I record at a awful resolution, don't get me wrong, I know you ain't got to tell me. Even with all this, it still looks so good. So yeah, I'm honestly surprised and amazed with just how amazing they were able to make this game. As you see here, you got a amazing sunset vibe to it. You get the water reflecting. You get half your ship kind of shadowy. The other looks a lot more bright and vibrant. It is a amazing attention to detail. Even though there's probably plenty of people that wouldn't say this, this game looks amazing. And the fact that it's on a phone makes it even better. And here I'm just able to spot my enemies because they're coming into the range at which I can start firing at them. And that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to just try to lob them over this mountain. And as you can see, I'm able to see that they got St. Louis. They got 2 St. Louis's. They got destroyers, cruisers. They got all types of stuff right there. And here, even though I can't see them no more and they're over the mountain, I still just start firing shots so they can start making it over there. And the fact that it's not even got to be me seeing them, it's a team thing, makes it even better. That means you can have one of these fast ones, just immediately headlining it to wherever it is that they're going, just to figure out, oh, here's that person, just using their speed to get away before they're able to take real damage. That's what I'm really enjoying about this game. Which, if there's been a specific ship that you've wanted to see, just go ahead, put it in the comments. I'll gladly try getting it and using it. Little key thing though, I am specifically trying my best to use American ships. I know it's strange, but it's American made, especially the St. Louis that was made in the 30s. This was American steel. This was hard work right here, in my opinion. This was as good as you could get to a ship. And here's just me and our St. Louis. We're going right at it. I'm using the armor piercing, just hitting them right there in that middle part that I was talking about. That way it's not over penetrating. Here I realize there's a person to my side, and I'm just going to start hitting them as well, just putting in some more damage. That way, if I don't end up getting the kill, someone else does, possibly this teammate, they ended up getting it. And here I've already lost track of where this our St. Louis is, so I'm going to slowly turn myself and switch over to the heat rounds, which the cooldown between switching your shell type is a new and weird thing for my brain to get kind of a hold of, because I understand it. It's a lot like changing what type of ammo you're using in a, let's say, FPS shooter or a Call of Duty, something like that. I always use Call of Duty as a reference because that's where possibly a lot of people that watch me are from. And so getting used to that is honestly a strange thing. You have a timer to which you can actually shoot again. And having that just feels, at first, a little strange. I don't know if anyone else has ever had a new thing to where you have to wrap your brain around it. But that's what this was for me. And here, that guy's not able to really move as much. He's setting me on fire. I'm setting him on fire. We're going straight at it, back and forth. And I accidentally make a mistake there.
Problem solved, sir.
I ended up using the basically the fix button right there. It puts out fires, helps you repair whenever you're flooding. Normally, I would not suggest just hitting it right away. I'm gonna be honest. Don't hit it right away. Wait a little bit until you know you're not A, just going to lose anyway, or B, make sure that you're not going to immediately have to deal with the problem again. So you can run away, you can take care of your enemy, do something, don't just waste, that button, because there's going to be a time down on it. Of course, we won that game. I ended up helping with that final kill, and we're right back into another game. We're going straight forward towards these flags. Now I will say there's a little bit of repetition here, but I don't mind it. I actually have been having a lot of fun just doing these. Which there are different game modes. There's a standard arcade, which is what I've been playing the entire time, which I am planning on doing different ones. And of course, right here, what I was talking about earlier, using a scouter, basically one of them tiny ships that are going to use their speed to their advantage, get right on in, find out where everyone is. That way we can go ahead and start aiming at them before we actually get anywhere close to battle. And there I end up getting one hit out of, I think it was like 5 shots I did. So these tiny little shots are still going to do something in the long run. But there you see only like 900 damage, like one shot hits. Here we get a couple more doing 300 damage. But there, they just end up losing their life easily. Here I realize this guy's not moving. It's just start taking aim. He apparently started moving as soon as I started hitting them, and I realized that, oh, I'm about to run into a mountain because of course, they give you a indicator. And here, I just start turning to make it where I have more of my cannons available. As you can see, there's torpedoes coming close. And I realize, oh, I'm about to hit the mountain, and here comes them torpedoes again. 2 of them end up hitting my tail. They immediately make it where I start flooding, and I immediately have like 2-3 people on me, it feels like, and my health is just completely leaving at this point because of torpedoes and the amount of fire that I have. And here, I'm just immediately just thinking, take one out with you. Ended up taking one with me. Here, start turning just a little bit, try to get them in position, and just release as much damage as I can upon this guy. But of course, he's got torpedoes, and they're about to come at me, and they just take me out immediately. But he immediately goes right into the fire of one of my teammates, who just starts unloading on him completely. And that's why I really enjoy. And here, I just tap the screen, and it takes away everything else on the screen, and you get almost cinematic style shots. But here we go with some more torpedoes, immediately getting in front of this boat, almost completely destroying him. All it would have took was one more torpedo, and we would have been down by one boat. But here, we're able to just get rid of him, I'm pretty sure. And my teammate gets so lucky with avoiding them other torpedoes. He was so close to getting absolutely put in the forever box. But here, we're just going to start heading right towards our enemy. As you can see, there's just barely enough escapage for my teammate here, who's just throwing down shots downrange to just hopefully be able to get some form of damage in before he ends up dying. And you just see him going right towards him. And of course, this teammate, they have the torpedoes, and they just let them fly. And before they reach them, they ended up getting the kill. So yeah, highly recommend this game if you ever get a chance to play it. Here's containers. They're like supply crates in a way. You can get different captains, some XP for them, tokens, and you just get them by playing. So highly recommend this game. And if you're new, you can go to people like the Russian Badger and get codes for premium. I didn't do that, but I ended up getting a premium just for playing. So I highly recommend this game. It's a free-to-play game. You can get so much stuff for free. You will not be disappointed. You will have fun with this game. Highly say get World of Ships. World of Warships Legends. If you're new, please hit the like, subscribe, hit share. Leave me a comment. Let me know. Would you like specific upgrades, specific people, specific ships? Should I play different game modes? Just subscribe, turn on notifications, hit the like, leave me a comment, share, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.